Welcome to the Tradies in Business podcast with your hosts Warwick Bidwell and Nicole Cox. Divert your phone and grab a brew as Waz and Nick unpack tips, tales, secrets and stuff-ups from guests both inside and outside your trade, helping educate and inspire you to break the cycle of gut-busting and money stress and create a true trade business.
G'day, Coxie.
G'day, Warwick. How are you?
How are you? I'm great.
Are you really?
No.
No.
I don't want people to think that I'm just a miserable bastard.
Well, maybe we should talk about something happy today.
Well,
we're not going to.
We were just talking. The thing we were just talking about isn't very happy. It's a serious issue, actually.
Actually,
There
it's
you go,
me.
listeners.
I'm going to call some people out here.
We're getting all serious and old school on you today at the Tradies in Business Daily Tradie Ronacast.
It is a Friday, so this is explicit. There will be.
Oh, we're going there.
Well, yeah, of course, it's Friday.
Okay.
We won't be giving many fucks at all because we're actually going to talk about.
You said the first one. Yes.
I did. We're actually going to talk about something that I've seen a couple of times this week, and I want to call. I'm not going to call people out directly, but I need to call out a section of the population in trades because I'm not okay with it and it needs to stop.
All right. Do you just want to say it, Coxie?
No, we can preamble and carry on a bit if you like.
No, just jump straight in. Go on, pull on the gumboots. Pull on the gumboots and just jump into the big pile of shit that we're about to unpack.
I have been very disturbed to see a number of tradie wives bagging out their tradie husbands this week for not doing a good enough job, for not working hard enough on the business, for constantly being out on the tools and never being home for the family. And then I happen to know that a couple of those particular tradies who have requested to look for advice or for help within their business, whether that be with working with a professional or whether it be, something like the drawing board. Those wives are saying, no, you can't. And yet they're pulling sticks out and ruling over the top of them rather than allowing their poor fellas to get a little bit of help. Because you know what? As we all know, it's bloody hard to be a tradie and it's hard to be all of the things that everybody expects us to be. But it's even harder when somebody's tying your hands behind your back and won't allow you to go and get the help that you need. So there you are. I'm a bit pissy, actually. I think it's poor form.
I'm just going to sit back over here and let you get all the
they
the
can
flack
come
over this one.
Look, by all means, this isn't in every household. In fact, it'd be a very small percentage that it is. But I am seeing it, and it's really pissing me off. It's not okay to be constantly down on your husband because he's not doing what you think he should be doing. It's not okay to be disappointed because he isn't achieving whatever goal that you've put in place for him. And what's even further not okay, when that poor bugger puts his hand up and says, okay, I need help, I can't do it all, that either you're not there to support or you're not facilitating or allowing or helping him find support in another way. Well, you know as well as I do, this is happening far too often. It's just that I've been privy to a couple of conversations this week. And I feel like we've got tradie wives that are listening, and I would assume that all of the tradie wives that listen are really supportive, and that's why they're listening, right? They want to help in the business. They want to be a part of it. They want to be a partner in the business rather than ruling over with a stick. But I do feel that it gives us a voice, right? An opportunity to actually talk about this.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to share, Coxie?
It's my turn to be ranty.
Yes. So I've been branded as a bit of a ranty pants.
Well, you may have deserved it on the back of that one podcast.
I did get a bit shitty, didn't I?
You did. Now it's my
turn. But it's a really, well, I don't know if it's a good point that you're raising. It's a very serious thing, I think, and I've come across this for years. And we did a sales how to sell without feeling like a wanker web session a couple of afternoons ago. And, we talk about decision making with prospective clients and all that sort of stuff. And something we didn't actually touch on in that web session for our trade desk members was The making sure all the decision makers are in the room issue.
Oh, that's a good one. We did miss that.
Yeah. I want to go back and add it in.
Yes.
But often as tradies, salespeople, I mean, call it whatever you like, essentially we're wanting to get someone to choose us to do their stuff for them, whatever it is. If we're only talking to one half of a partnership, it's going to be really hard to get a decision on the spot. And you're asking the person in front of you, whether that's the husband or the wife or the husband or the husband or the wife these days, if you've only got 50% of the partners in the room, they then have to go back and pitch it to the other person.
Mm.
And it doesn't matter how on board that, let's say the wife, I've spoken to the wife about the bathroom reno and she's super stoked and excited, thinks the price is awesome. Yep, let's do it. I just got to chat to hubby first. And she's going to chat to hubby and say, darling, I think it's time we got the bathroom done. I found this really good guy. He's honest. I really believe him and his price sounds great. He's done heaps of really good work like this. And the hubby says, so how much are we talking? And she goes, oh, it's only 15 grand. He's like, we're not spending that on the bathroom. I need a new tractor.
Mm.
You're screwed. You're not going to get the sale.
No.
And I think for me, there's a couple of problems. There's the fact that us as the business people need to take ownership and be more aware of the fact that if we're not talking to all the decision makers, even the ones we think aren't decision makers, I can tell you they're decision makers. Even if the wife is not involved in the business at all, I guarantee when it comes to money, they're suddenly involved, right?
Definitely.
And I bet our listeners have found that. I know I've tripped over that one a few times over the years. But also, I think what you're saying, Coxie, is sort of calling out those silent partners that sit in the background, husbands or wives. I've seen this happen from both. They don't want to be involved. They're like, no, it's your business. You run it. But when it comes down to it, they're like, oh, no, what you want to spend how much on business improvement or on, investing in new equipment or employing someone? No way. What do you mean you're going to spend that money? But that should be our money.
Mm.
I think that's really, it frustrates me. There you go. That's what I'll say.
That was very eloquent.
I won't make personal judgments. I'll just talk about how I feel. I feel annoyed when that happens because, hang on, you don't have all the facts. You're not involved in the decision-making process, or you've chosen not to be, and now you're going to come in and white ant the whole thing from a position of, lack of information and understanding. I'm with you, Coxie. I think that's subpar.
Subpar. You're far more eloquent today than I am. I've gone out with the F-bombs flying left, right and centre, which I never do, but I've just come out of a particularly
That's bullshit.
Cranky conversation.
You just do it before I press record. That's the only difference.
You can't let the whole population know what I sound like.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Conversely, I've seen the same in the other direction. So I've seen husbands or wives that perhaps aren't necessarily thought of as part of the business can see that there's an issue. And they raise that issue to their partner. Let's get some support for you. Let's get some help for you. And rather than hearing that in the loving voice in which it's being presented, they're taking it personally that they're not good enough and therefore won't look at whatever help is on offer. So I guess it is a two-way street, and I am a bit ranty about it today, but I have seen it, the shoe on either foot, or I have seen both of those situations in play. But there seems to be a lot of barriers for tradies full stop getting some help. Because we're not taught. Just earlier this week, we had another conversation with a different tradie who was not taught any of the business skills and finally did employ some business help. And it was too late. It was just far, far too late for him to be able to change what had been set in stone for the previous 10 years. Now, had there's a very marked difference in his business where he can see, had he have gotten somebody in to help him do what he needed to do, I think it was only 3 years before that end date, he would have been fine. So I I want to call it out. Let's stop expecting more from people that haven't been taught. Let's stop expecting them to understand what choices need to be made and then how to implement that change. And let's stop bagging everybody out, even though I might be doing it now on this podcast, and actually be supportive of our partners in business, regardless of what that looks like in your particular business.
Well, I think it's a bit of selective supportiveness. It's like the old selective deafness, where it's like, no, I'll support you. No, not this time. Not if you're spending money.
Yes.
Or money that I think is not worthwhile. But I'm not going to sit in on any of the meetings, or I'm not going to have a look at all of the cost-benefit analysis for the marketing strategy. You're paying the social media manager how much? I can do that for free. Bookkeeper, don't pay them. Fuck that. I'll do the bookkeeping for nothing. And screw it all up and cost us a heap more in accounting fees and miss out on a bunch of fucking forecasting and everything else. Oh, Coxie, you've sucked me in. I'm getting all ranty. Damn you.
Knew it'd happen.
I don't think it's very fair on either party. I don't think the silent partners are helping themselves.
No.
And they're certainly not being supportive in a way that is needed by the primary decision maker, I guess, in those businesses. And again, it's not gender specific. I've seen this happen both ways.
No, and it's only that I particularly saw two conversations this week. One I've only just come out of, hence the rantiness, with wives that were really being quite actually bloody horrible about their husbands who were trying to do their best. And I think that's something that we neglect. Yes, it can be frustrating when your husband or your partner, let's just call him your partner, your business partner in any form isn't home, or your life partner in any form is not home until all hours of the night because they're working their butts off. Who are they actually working their butts off for? Guarantee it's not them. It's for their family in one form or another. And that goes for either sex. It doesn't matter. So sure, it's frustrating, but can't we support them in our frustration with that? Can't we get them some help to do it a better way, to find a better way? Isn't that a better frame of mind than it is to tear them down and just be constantly shitty because you're not getting what you want or you think they're doing the wrong thing?
Well, I feel like at least get involved in the issue fully and then have a say. I think partners, silent partners, need to stop being silent and actually earn the right to have a say. If you're going to say that you're supportive, be supportive. And that means sometimes you've got to get involved in the boring shit. Otherwise, all you're doing is you're just undermining your active business partner, and making their life more difficult. Because I don't think I can't say not any, but I don't think there would be many trade business owners that deliberately set out to piss off their spouse.
I don't think so, unless they've had a big barney the night before. But generally, that's who they're working for.
Or do dumb shit on purpose. Like, come on. Now I know we all make mistakes, and I think there's obviously benefits of having a partner in the background who has a different perspective, and I think it's incredibly valuable. And we've worked with some amazing couples where the husband or wife isn't actively involved in the business, and they know that they don't have that full perspective and understanding. So they do ask critical questions and they do question things, but it's not from a place of just that criticality. It's critiquing versus criticality and just being, anti anything that they don't see value in without actually having all of the facts at hand. And I think that's where it really goes wrong. So, man, this one's going to get some comments, Coxie.
Send the hate mail. I'm prepared to take it, particularly if you can. Well, actually, if you're a supportive partner, you've got nothing to be offended about. And if you are offended by this episode, then maybe you're not being as supportive as you need to be. Maybe there's a
Ooh.
reason why I've pissed you off. So
You're
send
into
me
it.
a letter. Let me know.
I love it.
I'll
This
take
is-
it.
this
I
is
have broad
Taking
shoulders.
the heat away from Woz.
It's my turn to step up to the plate, to poke people in the chest and say it like it is. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
I'd really be interested to hear from someone that disagrees with this podcast. I'd really like to hear it. I'd like to gain some understanding of your perspective and what you think is different, like where your head's at. There's no right or wrong for me in this world. There's just opinions, and I can learn and benefit from your opinion. So if it's different to mine, I'd love to hear it.
There you go. There's your opportunity to educate Coxie.
Oh, you educated me yesterday. Was it yesterday when I'm playing the Oracle? And you're coming in with all the education. What were those days called? Hang on. What is today? Poets' Day. Today's Poets' Day.
Yeah, Poets' Day.
Yep.
Poets'
So
Day.
we
Don't
should,
forget our drinks this afternoon, though.
I
So
won't
before
be
you-
forgetting our drinks this afternoon.
Before your poets, make sure you come and have a drink with us at 4:30 this afternoon, Australian Eastern Standard Time.
I think we're actually going to be serenaded this afternoon. One of our drawing board members, Amy Jones, will be bringing along her husband and children, and they're going to play us a song.
Oh, wow.
I know. I think I neglected to tell you that. Sorry.
Should I be
But-
scared or excited?
No, but I think Brendan's really handy. I think this will be fun.
This will be fascinating, actually.
It will be. So he's coming for a bourbon. And what do you normally drink whiskey?
Yeah, I have it. Well, it's bourbon or whiskey. So, bourbon whiskey or Scotch whiskey. I'm partial to both, actually.
Mm-hmm. Last week I had an old fashioned.
Yeah, I used to love an old fashioned.
It was very tasty. This week I'm thinking that I might have a margarita.
Ooh, I don't mind a bit of gin too, G&T.
Oh, the builder loves gin. So does the daughter. But I'm not. I like gin with soda water. I don't like it with tonic water. Tonic water is bleh. It's ridiculously sweet.
No. We found this really awesome tonic water. Tell the builder if he's probably all over this already.
Can you tell me what it is?
Fever Tree.
No, I don't think we are.
It's from the UK. It's really good. It's stupidly expensive, but man, it makes a good G&T.
Well, I think that could be on the well, it won't be on the cards for tonight, but I'll organise some to be on the cards for the next time he makes a cameo appearance on our Friday afternoon drinks, and then we all sit there till 6:30 chatting.
Yeah.
There
All
you
right.
are.
Now, we have been. What have we been doing? We've been asking you, our
Begging.
listeners, to. Yeah, okay. We've been begging you to help other tradies in business sort their shit out and find our podcast and listen to it, so they can essentially pull their head out of their ass and get on with making positive change.
Yes.
Was that unfair?
No.
That was fairly blunt.
It's to the point. Concise. We'll call it concise.
Yeah. I haven't done my Bob Hawke thing today. I've done lots of ums, but I haven't done the Hawkey thing.
Here's a question. No, we'll leave this question for off air.
I can't wait to hear this one. I might just accidentally hang up as soon as we finish recording. So we've been asking for particularly iTunes reviews,
Mhm.
because what they do is they help people find our podcast on iTunes. Now, if you could do a Spotify review as well, that'd be awesome.
Oh, we can't find how to. That's the problem. So just stick to iTunes or Facebook.
Okay, iTunes. iTunes reviews, it'd be great because it does help other listeners become listeners by finding our podcast. And it elevates us up the rankings and all that sort of fancy shit. No one knows how it works. It's all voodoo, witchcraft, and magic. But what we do know is that when you get reviews, you get found. So we need you, listener, please, to help fellow tradies. Because think about it. How much benefit have you gotten out of this podcast? Tradie listener, whoever you are, sitting there listening to this.
Maybe not today. Maybe today they were just like, oh, no.
Okay, maybe not today's episode. Another episode. Maybe there was one out of the 270 or whatever the hell we've done now episodes that was of some value to you. How cool would it be if you could share that with another trade business owner and make a difference to their life? Maybe this episode actually might help them talk to their spouse better about spending money on something that's going to benefit the business and the family. There you go.
I'll poke him in the
That was a
eyes for you.
segue. Yeah. Or just piss them off and end up in divorce or something. don't you?
Yeah. Well, I'll just expedite the process.
Yeah. So you're helping. Anyway, go give us a bloody iTunes review, will you? So I've got one to read out. Someone listened to us, Coxie.
Yay.
And
Well,
they
we
went
almost
and
had
did a
two.
review.
We almost had
Yeah.
two, but one didn't work.
Well, one was a failed attempt. Typical for a bloke.
Oh, that's a big call.
He had a shot and he missed. Anyways, I've asked him to have another crack. Because, as blokes, we don't give up on the first try.
Actually, hang on. Sam has an ambiguous name. Sam could be Lady Sam or Boy Sam.
Oh, shit. I might have completely screwed that up too.
You may have just lost us a review.
Who are you, Sam? No, I think I've chatted to Sam
Okay, good.
online in one of those website things. No, that's different, Sam. Anyway, I'm just talking shit now. So we've got a review, and guess how many stars it is, Coxie?
I'm hoping it's 5, but I'll take anything on the chin.
Well, I don't know if you can do halves, but it's 5 anyway. maybe it got rounded up. So it's 5 stars, and we happen to know this person, Melly T. There you go. That way nobody knows who the hell that is. But thank you, Mel.
Thank you, Mel,
for your review. And it says fantastic. I had to say it like that because it's got an exclamation mark at the end.
I love it.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
A very happy, informative podcast, especially in Australia, and to help all us tradies. It's got 2 exclamation marks at the end. Keep up the good work, guys, and a smiley face.
That's
thanks, Melly T.
awesome. Thank you.
Now, that is going to help rocket us up to podcast number 23,497 this week.
If we're
Only
lucky.
another 50 reviews and we might make it to the top 100 again. Do you know this podcast was in like the top 10 podcasts in marketing category in Australia not so many years ago?
And then we made new and noteworthy.
Yeah, multiple times. So come on, gang, get us back into new and noteworthy. Worthy? How do you say that?
Worthy.
Okay. Get us back into new and noteworthy. Give us a buttload of reviews. And more than anything, just help us get found by other tradies in business that might be hurting out there, might be arguing with their spouse about how to fix the business. And maybe this episode is the one that makes all the difference.
I hope that I don't annoy everybody.
Maybe it's one that they press delete on and make sure nobody hears it.
I'd really like some feedback, though. If you do disagree with me, please let me know why. Let me learn. I might be completely wrong.
I'm just going to end it there. I'm not kidding. I'm just not touching that with a barge pole. Hey, thanks for listening, listeners. Because you're not watching, because this is audio. So thanks for listening. And we love all your feedback. Give us a review. And we will see you this afternoon for a drinky poo.
Looking forward to it.
Hooroo.
Bye.
3 rhymes in a row. Look at that. Ninja skills.
It's terrible.
Oh, bye.
You've been listening to the Tradies in Business podcast with Warwick Bidwell and Nicole Cox. Find out more about today's guest, tools for your trade business, and other cool stuff at tradiesinbusiness.com.au.